Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video. Um, Today I have a guest here, Karen.
Oh,
Um, so today we're doing a little something different from our usual content. Um, okay, sorry, hold on. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Uh, Sorry, I'm gonna have to have the editor cut that out.
Yeah.
um, I'm going to be interviewing Karen today. Um, So we'll be asking you a few questions because we our message for our channel is like helping people get inspired to do what they want to do. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
perfect.
Yeah.
Then
So
I'm a good person to go to then.
like help. It's like motivational, kind of. Hold on, I need to get the questions. So first of all, let's talk about what you do, like right now. Like, what do you do?
Okay, so I can't list everything that I do because if I list everything I do, it'll make me sound obnoxious, like an obnoxious prick, which is not what I'm going for. But like the biggest things that I'm doing, like the biggest projects that I'm working on right now, I am running an art Instagram, probably like, yeah, just like for a quarantine. And I'm going to film like a summer film school program at NYU Tisch, and it's really fun. Let's see. Oh, I wrote a play. I wrote a play that's being premiered August 1st. It's part of a showcase. So there are like 6 or 7 other plays that are being shown with mine, but it's like a short play. And I'm working on writing a play right now. So those are just like some of the projects that I'm doing. Oh, I also have a podcast, but that's kind of just like an on the side casual thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So why did you start doing all the stuff that you did? Like, was there like any motivation behind it?
Yeah. Well, I actually am really bad with motivation, especially so like I actually had like little to no motivation to do anything in life except for when it comes to like the general arts, so like acting, art, writing, or stuff. And I just got into all of these projects because I just have a lot of passions. Like I I was told by my mom, like very fiercely and constantly, 24/7, that I come up with great ideas and I never do anything. And I was really hurt. So I made it happen. Quarantine was really good for me because school tends to take up all of my life, and I didn't have time for all of these projects, but now I do. So that's how all of these things began.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the podcast. Usually, like, what age group do you shoot for when you like record your podcast episodes?
I'm usually shooting for people from like eighth grade, so it's like 13, 14 to like young 20s, like people around my age. So, and it's not for like young kids because I do have like some episodes that are have curse words, but it's also not for like really old people, I guess. But I mean, I actually do have some pretty old people who listen to my podcast, so I guess.
Interesting. um, what do you have to say to the people who want to start a podcast or who want to start like an art like page on Instagram or anything like that?
If you have something that you want to do, I say you just go for it and just jump right in. Of course, there is some planning that can go ahead, but if it's been like, for example, the podcast, I have been thinking about doing a podcast for years. And I never got it done. And so I just literally jumped right into it without any planning. I didn't tell anyone about it at first, but after I recorded a few buffer episodes, then I started like planning and stuff.
I
So
see.
just jump right in.
Okay, yeah. Was there like any challenges you faced while you were doing any of that stuff, like starting a podcast or starting an art page?
Any challenges? Yeah. Well, okay, so my art page was originally my personal page. I say this to, I think I said this on my podcast that I recorded this morning, but it it was originally my like actual like personal account, and then I went on like major sad boy depressed hours and like mass unfollowed everyone and went on like a whole deleting rage, and then out of that rage came my art account. And the challenge with the art account is that Instagram is a really toxic place for your mental health, and yet I
Uh,
still do it because like you pay attention to like the following and like the amount of likes and comments you get, and like at first it didn't bother me, but as I started gaining, it's really hard not to think about it. The same thing with my podcast, because when I first started my podcast, I had like 100 listeners or more, and it's been slowly going down to the point where I have like 20 listeners on average, which I mean, it's not like as bad as the Instagram problem, but like it's a little bit discouraging sometimes. You just have to keep going with it.
okay, yeah. If that's all the questions I had, but I feel like I should be asking more. But hold on. There was like another question that my buddy had, but I don't know if it's like he had another question that said, "Do you had like any hate with the art or podcast?" But I don't know if that's a really good question, but
Well, I mean, because my both of my art account and my podcast are kind of small, like I haven't like broken to 1,000 yet. I don't really get a whole lot of hate.
yeah, that's what I thought. Um, no offense, but
Oh yeah, it's fine. I mean, like I do post some controversial things. Like I remember at one point I posted like something about Asians and COVID-19 and also like Black Lives Matter. And then like sometimes some trolls will comment underneath like, watch this video of a person getting killed. Blah, blah, blah. And like that's not really a hate comment. I get more of like inappropriate things. But
I see like troll. Okay, something like that. Well, that's all the questions I've had. So, thank, thank you everyone for watching. If you liked it, like, subscribe. And also I'll leave a link to Karen's podcast and Instagram if you would like to like listen or just look at the art. And thank you guys for watching.
bye.
Bye-bye.
And I got this soda, Remy boys that know it. Fast money don't slow, no one can control. No, yeah. And I got this soda, Remy boys that know us. Yeah, fast money don't slow, no, they can't control.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to have the editor cut that out.